Company is selling an innovative product that can check your body temperature and even alert employers if you aren't wearing a mask. As News 3's Kyle Wilcox explains, it is a technology that can help businesses and their employees feel safer.
Return to the new normal or just get everyone back to work safely. That's the name of the game today.
Hyper Networks is giving us a glimpse into this new normal with its smart kiosk.
So we call it the Health Sentry because in addition to just providing information and getting information, it's been equipped with a thermal sensor and facial recognition.
It can take your temperature.
Please stand close for taking temperature.
And it can even tell if you're wearing a mask.
Please wear a mask.
One Las Vegas company says this smart kiosk is another tool that can protect those in the workplace from COVID-19.
The idea is to get people in, authenticated, and through as quickly as possible.
The unmanned kiosk can identify people and check their temperatures before they're allowed into work, which it can do in about 1 second. Company president John Durant says the product is generating reopening buzz, with local casinos and at least one airline expressing interest.
Dozens of organizations have contacted us, asked us to come demo. They're signing on the line to implement this so that they can resume safely.
CEO Ryan Dreyer says the kiosk can serve many functions in different work environments.
If you have a trade show and you want it to perform the registration for you when they show up and print out their badge, we can do that. If it's for an event, we can print the tickets for your seats after you've had your temperature checked.
Durant believes their product will help promote safety and security as businesses continue to reopen.
There's a culture here in this state about caring and about uniting. And so this is really part of that. The fact that we're able to do something that's part of that it's pretty exciting for us.
It's just another example of how technology is helping stop the spread of the coronavirus. In Las Vegas, Kyle Wilcox, News 3.
The fight against COVID-19 all begins with the effort to protect yourself from what the president has called the invisible enemy. But when it targets you, for some, it is a fight to survive.
Yeah, and new at 6, Alexis Gorey brings us the story of Carla Gibo, a COVID-19 survivor.
A 58-year-old Las Vegas woman spent 24 days here at Desert Springs Hospital fighting for air. It's been almost a month since she's been released, but she says she's still not back to normal. Carla Gibo says it all started with an asthma attack.
I was having so much trouble breathing, and I knew right away this was not asthma.
Coupled with chills, the symptoms were frightening, and she asked her husband to take her to the hospital. X-rays and swab tests confirmed Gibo was entering a battle against pneumonia and COVID-19.
And the only way I can communicate at this point with my family is with my phone.
But Gibo quickly realized how fast and aggressively the invisible enemy we know as coronavirus can attack. Her oxygen levels were dropping fast.
I went from knowing I was having trouble with breathing to people asking me if it was okay to put me on a ventilator.
The challenge, keeping her oxygen level above 85% to avoid the ventilator.
The only thought that came into my head during that time was, this has got to be what it feels like drowning. Like if you have a fish that's out of water and you see them gasping for air, that's what it felt like. And it's nonstop.
After a couple of days on an IV, high-pressure oxygen, and antibiotics, Gibo's levels were normalizing. Nurses alongside her 24-day fight were proud. But it wasn't until then, as nurses lined up to cheer her departure and impressive victory over COVID-19, she finally met her heroes behind the mask.
They were saying goodbye to me and good luck, but I didn't recognize them at first because they didn't have the hazmat suit on. It was, again, almost surreal, but I was so grateful, just happy to be getting out of there.
But now at home, her struggle continues. She's still on oxygen and follow-up care is administered from her car.
I do struggle, especially since getting this, when I see people not wearing masks or people who think that the whole thing is blown out of proportion.
Her advice to those people, think again.
This really is scary, but this thing, I do not know how I got it. My husband had it as well. And you don't know who's going to get it. You don't know if you're going to get a mild case or if you're going to end up on a ventilator. It's like we just cannot take anything for granted.
In Las Vegas, Alexis Gorey, News 3.
Hey, Crystal, and I'm so actually happy that you mentioned the Orleans prior to this story, because if those of you who are watching this story right now and you think, oh my goodness, how am I going to get tested? You can always head up to the Orleans Arena. But here at Henderson at the Fiesta, you can see that crews are actually still on scene, actually finishing up testing for the day. This was the first of 2 days for free testing here at the Fiesta Hotel and Casino, starting at 7 a.m. And ending at noon, just about a minute ago. The testing, funded by the CARES Act, being put on by the city of Henderson as well as the Southern Nevada Health District for anyone, regardless of whether they were experiencing coronavirus symptoms or not. According to city officials, nearly 1,500 people set appointments for over 2 days, today and tomorrow, filling up all of their time slots for the testing.
So we've seen an increase in the amount of tests that are coming to our city, and with that, we're now able to test people whether they're symptomatic or asymptomatic. Many folks will be asymptomatic, meaning they won't exhibit any signs or symptoms of the illness itself. And so really this is an opportunity for you to get tested and see if see if the virus is currently active in your system. If it is, then we're able to then allow you to self-quarantine and remove yourself from large gatherings.
Now, here's what we know. If you were one of the people that got one of the spots, you should be getting your test results back in about a week. If you have not gotten a spot, but you still want to come down here to Henderson today at 1:30 and tomorrow at 1:30, they will open up the list for those who had missed appointments or no-shows, and you might be able to get one of those spots. No fee for you, but once again, if you can't come down here to Henderson, you can head up to the Orleans Arena. Faith Jesse reporting, News 3.
All right, great info to pass along. Thank you, Faith. Appreciate it. Developing now. Let's